This video is brought to you by this man, Morgan Jones, one of the most beloved characters in the Walking Dead universe. Nobody hates this guy. Absolutely no one, nobody, absolutely no one hates this man right here. You see those eyes? How can you hate those eyes? You see that? Nobody hates Morgan Jones. Hey guys, this is AJYT Abbott here, and today we're going to be reviewing Season 7B of Fear the Walking Dead, 1 minute per episode. This is a rapid-fire review. As soon as I'm done with the next episode, we're moving on to the next one. So, I'm going to try and get this one out so I can get all of the 3 Season 8 episodes that are out already. I'm going to try and get those reviewed before Thursday, before I get episode 4, because I'm trying not to fall behind. I want to review every single episode of Fear the Walking Dead. Alright, and we're going to start right now. Let's get into it with Season 7, Episode 9, Follow Me. Wait, was that it? Yeah, that one. Yeah. They're forgettable, I'm sorry.
Oh, this day is so boring.
So, Alicia meets a guy, he's gonna die, because you already know he's a side character, he's going to be dead. This dude is deaf, he cannot hear. Arno comes in. Arno is a guy that Alicia met in the bunker when she was trapped in there by Teddy. She had to lose her arm. We're here at this point where she's having dreams, she's passing out, she's being all sweaty, she's being weird. Fear the Walking Dead Season 7 takes a nosedive immediately with Alicia dreaming, passing out, being sweaty, being really just crazy and weird about everything, saying that she needs to save everybody. She failed at saving people. She just needs to save someone. We're back in Season 5, people. We gotta save everybody, okay? So, yeah, by the end, the dude is dead. She wakes up. A little girl apparently saves her in her dream. We find out who that little girl is later on. The twist is stupid. Don't hold your breath and say that it isn't, because we all know, if you've seen the episode, that it is. But yeah, it ends. She has a dream. She's like, oh, Morgan, I need to help people. So, yeah, that's it for Episode 9. Brilliant episode. Great writing on that one, guys. Fantastic.
Why does time only slow down when you're bored?
Episode 10. Charlie has her own adventure and has her little romance, meets this guy, falls in love with him right off the bat. Morgan sends this little girl off on a mission that could get her killed, and guess what? It gets her killed. Almost, because she gets radiation sickness. The dude that she falls in love with... he gets killed by the end. Victor's right-hand man, Howard, throws him off the roof because he finds out that he was trying to turn off the light, because the light is Victor's holy grail. He will fucking die for this light, and he will murder anyone that dares touch it. He loves lights. Victor is in love with that light bulb. He would fuck that light bulb if he wanted to. Anyway, Howard is a simp for Victor, so he throws fucking, what's his name, off of the roof. He throws Charlie's boyfriend off the roof. He dies. Charlie gets radiation sickness. June roasts the hell out of Howard. John Dorie Sr. is trying to pick his side, and yeah, the episode ends with just sadness all around. Oh yeah, and there's something about butterflies. Fucking, it's a morning cloak. It's a butterfly, apparently.
You are not good enough for my daughter, and I don't want you around her. End of story.
So why don't you give me one more?
Episode 11, Daniel is still going crazy over Ophelia, even though she's been dead for fucking 3 seasons now. And she's in his head every single place he goes. He's like, oh, that's Ophelia. And this episode was directed by Alicia Dedman-Carey. Great directing, by the way. I still like the way this episode flows with Daniel, you know, getting to kill Arno. Arno gets killed off way too quickly, though. I'll be honest. Arno should have been saved for later on in the season. But yeah, Daniel is like, where's my daughter, you son of a bitch? Oh, he's on that boat. She's on the boat. Ophelia is on the boat. Well, guess what? Ophelia's not on the boat. She's 6 feet fucking under, because Daniel is gone crazy. Luciana and Wes try their best to try and figure out what's going on with his mind, but Luciana ends up using Daniel's dementia against him, lies to him, and says that Victor is holding Ophelia in the tower, and Wes is like, I'm not done with that. I'm not doing that shit. And he's like, you know, instead of staying with the people that have protected me all this time, I'm gonna stay with this scumbag that throws people off the roof and holds babies hostage. Perfect sense, right?
Okay, are you gonna...
Episode 13. Sorry, 12. John Dorie Sr. dies in this one. John Dorie Sr. gets nuclear, he has radiation. And he's like, you know what, I'm gonna die doing something right. And he takes baby Mo, Morgan's daughter, adopted daughter, takes her out into the zombie horde, gets bit, but Morgan is able to take care of her. This video is not well organized. Morgan gets the baby from John Dory Sr. John Dory Sr. sacrifices himself, and Wes is like, hey, I'm going to be a simp for Victor now, because guess what? In this episode, the simp Howard gets thrown off the roof by John Dory Sr. because Victor doesn't think he's a very good leader anymore. So, Victor is an asshole this whole season, if you didn't figure out already, and Victor's not going to stop being an asshole, because by the end of this episode, he's like, hey, Morgan, the war is not over yet. It has just begun. And we have, oh, wow, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 episodes left this season. Holy God, I'm crazy. This is gonna break people's minds. But yeah, John Dory Sr. is dead. June is very depressed about it, even though we don't see her reaction. Grace sings a song and a thing for Mo, and that's about it, yeah.
Stop screaming at me! All you have to do right now is not have a baby! You do that every day! I'm just asking for a little sympathy here!
How about some sympathy, pain?
Anyway, episode 13, Sherry and Dwight, they are pregnant. Sherry is pregnant. Sherry is trying to get on this raft. She's like, I need to get Dwight out of here because he's going to become the man that he wants to be for Victor. Victor is like, hey, come on to the fold here. Come, just, see what I have to offer. And then they're like, oh, yeah, no. We're not about that. Wes goes after him because he's a massive simp and he would suck Victor's dick if he was given the chance. And Wes goes after Dwight and Sherry. Wes tackles Dwight, and Dwight and him have a falling out. And eventually, Sherry and Dwight end up getting to the bunker where Alicia was held at the beginning of the season. And Alicia manages to give Sherry enough... What does she do? Sorry. Sherry gives the weapon back to Alicia, the barrel shroud, and then Alicia is like, hey guys, follow me. Morgan fucks off on a raft to go have his adventure with Madison Clark later on in the season, and Alicia's like, hey guys, follow me, because I pass out, I see things, and I dream. Why wouldn't you want to follow me? I'm a perfect leader. Wow, Wow, they really messed up Alicia's character.
For the price of 1.5.
Anyway, episode 14, we're getting right on into the war here. Wes dies because he's an idiot. He gets stabbed through the chest by Victor, who decides that, hey, I want to be good now. But then by the end of the episode, he decides, hey, no, I don't want to be good anymore because Alicia is my simp. I want to be a simp for Alicia. I'm a simp for Alicia myself. Victor tries to get with Alicia. He's like, hey, Alicia, I love you, and I want to take care of you. And in a fatherly way. He's not trying to get in her pants. That was a really bad way to explain that. But anyway, yeah, Victor kills Wes, and then a whole bunch of other gunfire and shit happens. Daniel sees Charlie and realizes, hey, my daughter is dead. And then he's like, hey, Charlie, you want to be my new daughter? And Charlie's like, hey, I'm kind of dying right now. And then... So, anyway, everyone escapes the tower. Sarah, June, Charlie, Daniel, everybody escapes the tower and gets on these rafts by the end of the episode. But Alicia is going to have a crisis in episode 15 because Victor is back in the tower. And yeah, Victor's back on the tower. Alicia goes back to try and rescue him. This is the 100th episode of Fear of the Walking Dead, by the way, and we're following Alicia seeing some fucking little girl in a dream. She's passing out. She's sweaty again. And that's really the sum of the whole episode. She goes there to the tower, rescues Victor, sees a little bird, which calls back to a thing that she did with when she was younger. She saved a little bird, and then she sees a little bird, and then finds out that the little girl is actually a young Alicia, which makes perfect sense because I don't know, Alicia's arc makes no sense this entire season. She saves Victor, and Victor's like, hey, I love you, and Alicia's like, hey, I love you too. But instead of saving the woman that just saved his life, he is like, hey, let's go on these rafts, and she sends them off, and she doesn't get to go with him, so now Alicia is going to leave the series. This is her final episode, apparently, until the series finale of Fear the Walking Dead, where I'm sure she'll make her triumphant return, or I will smash the TV into the fucking ground. Anyway, yeah, Alicia dies, and then comes back to life, and she's all good. The showrunner says she's good, so she's good!
And that's what you call the kids that you steal?
Not stealing, rescuing.
Episode 16, the finale. Madison Clark is back because people wouldn't stop bitching people on Instagram about it. And then Morgan comes back and he's like, hey, Madison, you're Madison Clark. Hey, Alicia and Nick are both dead. And then Madison's all like, oh my gosh, wow, I steal kids now. So she's stealing She's stealing Mo from Morgan, so Morgan has to team up with these parents that are trying to kill Madison, but he doesn't want to kill Madison because Alicia and Nick, and then he wants to explain to Madison, he tells her what's happening, and then Madison's like, oh man, my kids are dead, what do I have to live for? And then Morgan's like, hey, you have something to live for, get my daughter back, and Madison's all like, yeah, well they belong to Padre, which by the way, Padre is the really stupid organization that they're going to try and get their kid back for. Anyway, the parents try and get their kids back from Padre. They all die horribly because they're stupid. Madison gets buried in the sand like a sandcastle. These walkers come after her. Morgan saves her, and then Morgan's like, hey, let's go to Padre. And then they go. Morgan tells the people on the tells the Padre people that the people is on the raft, so he betrayed his entire group. And that is the entirety of Season 7B, summarized the most awful way ever conceived. But, hey, it's fitting. Awful explanation for an awful half season. See you guys in the next one. Take care. I hope this was funny. It was for me.